You're sitting down again, of course you are. Maybe you're in the car, maybe at your desk, maybe on the couch pretending you're about to stand up and stretch any second now. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That heavy belly feeling that shows up the moment you bend forward. That tiny fold that wasn't there a year ago. The way your shirt clings in places it shouldn't. And you already know the villain. Belly fat. Stubborn, clingy, slow burning belly fat that acts like a squatter who refuses to leave. But here's the part no one tells you. You don't have to run. You don't have to join a gym. You don't have to become the kind of person who wakes up at 5 a.m. to drink warm lemon water while chanting affirmations in a yoga pose. Right now, while you're sitting exactly how you're sitting, you can flip a metabolic switch that forces your belly fat to burn calories just to keep up with you. Sounds ridiculous. Good, because that means you're paying attention. Let me drop you into the situation you're actually in and the quiet threat you never saw coming. You may think sitting is harmless. It's not. The moment your body stays still, your metabolism slows to a crawl. Blood stagnates, your muscles collapse into themselves. Your core switches off. Even your insulin sensitivity drops. You're not just relaxing, you're creating the perfect environment for belly fat to build a condo, a backyard, and probably a home theater. Sedentary belly fat is a biological opportunist. If you don't give your body a reason to burn it, it thrives. But here's the twist. Your body doesn't need intense effort to wake up. It needs signals. Tiny signals. Signals so small, you can generate them while sitting absolutely still. Let me show you something that feels like cheating, because honestly, it almost is. Your belly fat listens to one thing: demand. If your muscles don't demand energy, fat doesn't burn. It stores. And sitting shuts everything down in a perfect storm. Your hip flexors tighten, your core goes into sleep mode, your diaphragm gets compressed, and your belly fat senses, oh great, time to expand. Meanwhile, insulin, the fat storing hormone, quietly rises because you're still digesting the food you ate earlier. But you're not moving enough to shuttle the glucose anywhere. That excess, straight to storage. Your metabolism slows by nearly 90% the moment you sit for long periods. 90%. Like turning the thermostat from bonfire to soggy candle. This is why you feel puffy, heavy, low energy, and inflamed. Most people respond by saying the same thing: I need to exercise more. Number, you need something far easier. You need to make your body believe you're not in full rest mode, even when you are, because the real threat isn't just belly fat. It's what belly fat does over time: metabolic syndrome, fatty liver, insulin resistance, inflammation that spirals into real disease. These don't kick your door down, they creep in quietly while you sit, but you can stop all of that while barely moving a muscle. Let me tell you the trick up front. You're going to activate your deep core muscles and diaphragm while sitting, which triggers an immediate metabolic demand without you needing to stand, walk, or sweat. Tiny movements and invisible effort, massive metabolic impact. I discovered this because one day I was sitting in a car during traffic so bad it qualified as a natural disaster. I felt that heavy belly slump, the one where everything inside you feels like melted pudding. I thought, if I sit here any longer, my torso is going to turn into a beanbag. So I tried something, like a small movement no one could see. And it worked so well, I repeated it every day. Here's the lazy belly burning maneuver that works while sitting, watching TV, or pretending to be productive. You contract your deep transverse abdominal muscles, not by crunching, not by leaning forward, not by holding your breath, but by pulling your lower belly inwards gently while still breathing normally. This tiny contraction signals your body: we need energy, activate core stabilizers, wake up circulation, fire the metabolic engines. It's the same muscle used when you laugh, cough, or brace for impact. The secret? You're going to activate it repeatedly over minutes, not seconds. And the best part is, no one around you will notice. You're not lifting weights. You're not doing crunches. You're not even moving your legs. You're lighting up the muscle that wraps around your stomach like a natural corset. The muscle responsible for flattening your belly, supporting your organs, and triggering fat burn. You do this while sitting, breathing normally, and staying completely still. It's the definition of lazy fat burning. Here's how you do it, and I'll walk you through it as if we're doing it together right now. You straighten your spine, not like a soldier, but like someone who's mildly trying to impress another person across the room. Just a hint of dignity. Now inhale gently. As you exhale, pull your belly slightly inward, and like you're trying to button tight jeans, but politely. Not a hard suck in, not a crunch, just a tightening of your deep lower belly. Now breathe normally while holding that tension. If your shoulders rise, you're doing it wrong. If your chest tightens, you're doing it wrong. If you feel like you're showing off at the beach, definitely wrong. You want a subtle inward tension, like you're bracing lightly before someone pokes you. That's your transverse abdominis activating, the muscle that flattens your stomach, the muscle that eats calories like snacks, the muscle your body forgot existed. Hold it for 10 seconds and then release, then repeat while sitting still. This tiny activation does something wild. It increases caloric burn in your core without movement, speeds up circulation, improves oxygen flow, and signals your body that your midsection needs energy. The result? Your belly fat becomes fuel. You become the furnace. And yes, it works even if you're sitting on the couch watching other people live their lives on TV. Now, here's the part where science steps in and says, actually, this isn't magic, it's biomechanics. Your transverse abdominis, the TA, is part of your body's internal stabilizing system. When it activates, even gently, it triggers increased oxygen consumption, better blood flow, improved insulin sensitivity, core engagement that burns calories, and pressure changes in your abdomen that stimulate fat mobilization. Even better, your diaphragm plays along. Every time you engage your core while breathing, your diaphragm has to work harder. That increases metabolic demand immediately. Sitting plus diaphragmatic engagement plus deep core activation equals a stealth fat burning environment. A metabolic ambush. This is why physical therapists use these exercises for people who cannot exercise. This is why post-surgery patients do them to maintain metabolism. This is why people with back pain use it to strengthen the spine. And here you are using it to burn belly fat while sitting. You're welcome. If you want results faster, you repeat the invisible core contraction throughout the day. Every time you sit, every time you slump, every time you're stuck in traffic or in a meeting you wish would end, each contraction is a spark. Spark enough times, you create a fire, your belly tightens, your waist shrinks. Your metabolism stops sleeping on the job. You don't need a gym. You don't need equipment. You don't need to be athletic. You don't need to stand. You don't need energy. You don't need motivation. You don't even need to be in a good mood. You just need 10-second activations while breathing normally. A lazy loop, a metabolic cheat code. And because your diaphragm participates, whether it likes it or not, you're burning more than belly fat. You're strengthening your breathing, posture, and digestion all at once. Here's the final truth. Your belly fat responds to the signals you send it every hour of your life. If you sit in collapse mode, your fat expands. If you sit with small bursts of core activation, your fat burns. It's that simple and that dramatic because the real threat isn't the belly fat you see in the mirror. It's what that fat is doing inside you, pushing on organs, increasing inflammation, straining your metabolism, draining your energy, and slowly stealing your health one quiet day at a time. You have the power to stop that while sitting. Activate your core while you breathe 10 seconds at a time. And every time you remember, every time you sit, this is the lazy way to burn belly fat. No sweat, no equipment, no excuses. Just you, sitting, doing something your body never expected, fighting back.